Now for our feature story of the day. MicroStrategy buys an additional $4.6 billion of the Bitcoin as the price hits new highs as we're fast approaching price discovery, 6 figs in play. I'm also going to be sharing with you the Giga Chad's $100 million Bitcoin price prediction. Here we go. MicroStrategy, one of the world's largest public hodlers of the Biddy, continue to stack the Bitcoin, even as Bitcoin broke new highs. Saylor has said many times, I'll be buying the top forever. Why? It's going up forever, Laura. That's right. November 18th today, MicroStrategy announced it purchased an additional 51,780 Bitcoin for about $4.6 billion US dollars at an average price of $88,627 per BTC. And with the latest acquisition, the MicroStrategy total Bitcoin holdings have grown to 331,200 BTC, purchased at an aggregate cost of $16.5 billion. The average price per Bitcoin across all purchases, if you dollar cost average, is less than 50,000. It's 49,874 to be exact. So they're up almost 100% on their initial purchase, the acquisition value. You know what I mean? Because right now their holdings are probably roughly 30 billion. And again, they got 16.5 billion of their own money in. MicroStrategy used fresh proceeds from a share sale under a sales agreement with companies like TD Securities made the October 30th to acquire thousands of new Bitcoin. My question is, where the hell are they getting 50,000 Bitcoin from? I hear there's barely any left on the exchanges, which means incoming supply shock, numbers go up, fam. And as part of the agreement, MicroStrategy issued and sold shares between TD Securities, Barclays Capital, the benchmark company, Canaccord Genuity, I don't know that word, Genuity, Cantor Fitzgerald, shout out my man Howard Lutnick, Maxim Group, Mizuho Securities, and SG America Securities. And between November 11th and the 13th, MicroStrategy sold 13.6 million shares for $4.6 billion. So he ultimately sells the MicroStrategy sales and buys the Bitcoin, and he just continues to accumulate like there's no tomorrow. And as of November 17th, the company reported $15.3 billion in shares still available for sale under the agreement. Damn. And according to a filing with the US SEC, the purchase came amid Bitcoin breaking past 90,000 with a new all-time high being 93.5, which we achieved roughly 5 days ago, which we ushered in live on stream. Now, this is the largest ever Bitcoin purchase by MicroStrategy. That's right. The latest Bitcoin acquisition by MicroStrategy is the largest, accounting for more than 16% of the Bitcoin held by the company in one purchase. And according to the data from CryptoQuant, the 51,780 Bitcoin purchase is the largest Bitcoin purchase on record by MicroStrategy. That's the only strategy. Now founded in 1989. Damn. So what, I was 6 years old when MicroStrategy launched. It's currently the largest identified institutional Bitcoin hodler globally. According to data from Bitcoin Treasuries and the first publicly traded company to adopt the Bitcoin on the balance sheet. That was back in 2020. And then 1 year later, Bukele announced making Bitcoin a legal tender in El Salvador. Now, formerly led by its founder, Saylor, MicroStrategy debuted Bitcoin investment with a $250 million Bitcoin purchase. Wow, they've come a long way from a $250 million purchase to like a $2 billion Bitcoin promise over the course of the next 3 years. And since making Bitcoin its primary reserve currency in 2020, MicroStrategy has regularly bought it in batches. I mean, here's an outline of the top 10 identified institutional Bitcoin holders. MicroStrategy leading the pack by far. It can show you the market cap, 71, what is that? 71, I don't know exactly, the point million. But nonetheless, you can see the numbers up there. And in October, MicroStrategy announced plans, as I mentioned earlier, to raise another $42 billion over the next 3 years to continue buying more of the Biddy. So they're not slowing down. The plan called it the 21-21 plan, consisting of $21 billion in equity and $21 billion in fixed income securities over the next 3 years. And at the rate and pace of Michael Saylor, you know, he said he promised to do this in 3 years. He may achieve that in 1 year. Under promise, over deliver. That's the Giga Chad. And amid the Bitcoin hitting new historic records last week, MicroStrategy's founder, Saylor, ruled out the chances of Bitcoin retracing to 60 Gs. Let me know if you agree. I agree. I think 90 is the new bottom, personally. He says, I don't think it is going to 60. It is not going to 30. Agreed. I think it is going up forever, Laura. Precisely. And now for some tweets. This was the Saylor announcement earlier today from his X profile. MicroStrategy has acquired 51,780 Bitcoin for $4.6 billion at $188,627 per biddy and achieved a Bitcoin yield of 20.4% quarter to date and a 41.8% year to date. And as of November 17th, we hodled 331,200 Bitcoin, acquired for $16.5 billion at 49,000 on average per Bitcoin. Michael Saylor doing big things. Dylan LeClaire chimed in. 21 billion at the moment, gone by the end of the year. And in other interesting predictions I want to share with you here. This was when he was on Patrick Bet-David's pod. And again, he's going to appear on the podcast again today. So I wonder what the updates are. But when he appeared, he shared. He was actually asked by Patrick Bet-David, what's your true thoughts on the potential of Bitcoin as far as the price? And he made this very bold prediction, which is the largest price prediction we have ever heard from the Giga Chad. And he's on record stating, word for word from the interview, Bitcoin is on a path to be worth $100 million, which means that the US dollar will have lost 99.9% of its value over 100 years. Warren Buffett knows this. Charlie Munger knows this. Of course they know this. So there you go. And I'm going to read another very bullish prediction from the Giga Chad. Which one should I choose? I'm going to do this one. Bitcoin is about to 425x. Here's why, according to Saylor, quoting him verbatim from an interview. Because Bitcoin is just pure money. It's just as effective at 100,000 a coin as it is 10,000 a coin, and at $1 million a coin, it's just as effective. And at 10 million a coin, it's probably more compelling at 10 million a coin than 1 million or 100,000 a coin. It's kind of a universally scalable asset that gets less risky. The only thing that's going to change, in my opinion, is when it was super risky and scary below 10,000, you were getting 100 to 200% a year annualized gains. And then when it got a bit more understandable between 10,000 and 100,000, your gains go to 40 or 50% a year. And then at some point, they go to 30% and then 20%. And in the extreme, if everybody in the world understood Bitcoin, it could be 20, 30, 40% of the wealth in the world. So it would be 200 to 300 trillion in today's dollars. And then the price would be appreciating at the rate of global inflation, the fiat currency. In fiat currency. So if the gold inflation rate remains a 7, it would still remain a 7, and then it would appreciate a little bit more because of the productivity of the people that adopt it as a treasury reserve asset. And he predicted it because this prediction was quite a while ago. And what's happening right now, Trump wants to make Bitcoin a treasury reserve asset along with RFK Jr. and Cynthia Lummis. And now we have other nation leaders around the world pledging to do the same. So what are your thoughts on the 100 milli price prediction? Holla at your boy. And welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream as we continue to pump it up. 92 is here. We're about 1,500 away from price discovery, family. 100K in play. I got a feeling.
Spaced out to the moon with no control. A biddy up, I'm doing biddy don't. Fill up my cup, mazel tov, look at it rising. Just taking off, let's paint our future with a green candle glow. Let's hit a new all-time Bitcoin high and then we'll do it again. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it, and do it, and do it. Let's pump it, I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a pump night. It's gonna be a pump night. It's gonna be
a Bitcoin pump night. Shall we have a Bitcoin pump watch this evening? Let me know. 100K in play any day. Will it be today? Will it be tomorrow? Will it be on a Wednesday? Will it be on a Bitcoin Thursday? Will it be Bitcoin Friday? Will it be Sat Stack and Saturday? Let me know your thoughts when we're going to hit this 100K milestone, family.